And good morning and welcome to Christian Education Today. I'm Pastor Calvin Lindstrom. Our thought today focuses on God's promise and our thoughts. There are many promises that God has given. One of the greatest promises is from Romans 8:28. And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are the called according to his purpose. This is a promise that has encouraged God's saints for 2,000 years approximately. It was my father's favorite verse written on his tombstone now. And one of the things that we do have to be careful when we take a rich promise like this is that we do not try to put ourselves in the position of God. We say, well, God works all things together for good. Well, why didn't God stop this from happening? If he is all powerful, why did he not just keep the bad situation from happening in the first place? Isn't it easy to reason that way? Well, God has given us a tremendous promise. That promise does not mean we know how God does all of this. The promise is he knows how to do all things. And so with Romans 8:28, we must always keep in mind the passages that remind us we are not the creator. Isaiah 40:13 and 14 would be an example of this. Who has directed the Spirit of the Lord, or as his counselor has taught him? With whom did he take counsel, and who instructed him and taught him in the path of justice? Who taught him knowledge and showed him the way of understanding? In this passage, Israel, who had been given many promises of the Lord, she is reminded she must not think according to her own logic. As believers today, we have to be very careful that we receive the promises that God has given without putting ourselves in the position to think we know better than God. One of the illustrations I was thinking of today for my upcoming sermon, let's say you can make a paper airplane. You can make a really good paper airplane. What would you think if you went into Northrop Grumman or Boeing and you showed them your paper airplane and then said, well, look I can make this paper airplane. I think I can design your next jet fighter. Do you think they would be impressed by your paper plane making ability? I doubt it. God doesn't mock us, but he does put us in our place. The promises are given to encourage us, not to try to make us armchair deities. Let us receive the promises and submit ourselves to our Maker. That is the place of comfort, my friends. May the Lord encourage and even challenge you as you receive the promises, but also let us remember who God is and who we are. May the Lord bless and encourage you and your family. Lord willing, we'll see you about this time next week. May God bless.